Hi everybody, I'm Corey Juckett, or Mr. J. I'm the new PE teacher at Champlain, and I'm really excited to be working with such a great community and such great students. I'm currently out on paternity leave because my wife just recently had twins, but I have a great group working with the students right now. We have Mr. Eli taking over my position, and we also have Jake and Yasmina working with the students from Kids on the Ball tennis program. So that's really exciting. Uh, the PE program is a program that is supposed to be a safe learning environment for all of our students and encourage them to enjoy being physically active, not just now, but as they get older. Some of the things that we will do throughout the year go from gymnastics to orienteering to tagging activities and much more. Those are just some of the things that we will do during PE while your students here. My goal for the students is to build confidence with their skills. So again, as they get older, they want to be active, they can enjoy being active. If you have any questions for me or you want to contact me, please feel free to reach out at any time. I look forward to getting to know the community better and to get to know all the students better and the parents. So please reach out. I hope you have a wonderful night and enjoy your open house. Take care.
Hello, my name is Jim Kelleher, and I'm in my second year as school counselor at Champlain. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what my role entails and how that pertains to your students. I'm going to adjust my video here a little bit. Oops, and we're going to go back. So on here, it has my direct line. My extension is 31105. Feel free to leave a voicemail there anytime. That is a confidential voicemail, so it would only come to me. And also you can email me at jkellihe@esdbt.org. You will notice the R is not there at the end of my name. I point that out so that there's no errors when sending me an email. Let's talk about some of the things that are expected, that you can expect from myself as a school counselor at Champlain. When we talk about school counseling, it focuses a lot around our social emotional learning. And you'll see on this picture self awareness, self management, social awareness, relationship skills, responsible decision making. And that's woven throughout our lessons. So, classroom lessons is an area that I will be working with your students, individual or group support for students, and parent and family support. So let's talk about our classroom lessons. When it comes to classroom lessons, there's a few curriculum that I like to use. We use Second Step, we use Zones of Regulation, we use Kelso's Choices, and we might dabble a little into social thinking this year. So you may be learning about Superflex and the unthinkables and the thinkables. All of these are meant to help kids understand their emotions. How are they feeling? How do they know that they're feeling that way? And then to work on strategies. What do we do when we're having these different feelings? And then areas like social skills and um, like conflict resolution. So you'll see our characters are here are Kelso's, Kelso and Lily from Kelso's Choices, and they help us focus on our conflict resolution skills. How do we manage our small problems, ones that we can resolve on our own without adult support sometimes, or we can get into that practice. So again, emotion recognition, emotion regulation, as I mentioned. How are we feeling? How do we know we're feeling that way? What are the strategies we can use to help regulate ourselves? Our social skills, as I mentioned, conflict resolution, how to make friends, how to maintain friends. What do we do when our friendship we're having issues with each other, or we're having issues with a peer, or we're having difficulty with an adult? How do we have those conversations, and what are the skills needed to be successful? Bullying and harassment is an area that we want all kids to be aware of, both for the impact of how their behaviors can affect other people, and also how they may be being impacted and what to do with those, how to support each other, and how to access your trusted adult supports. And the same with personal safety. How do you know if you're being harmed? What does that look like? What are the things that you need to be protected against? And how do you access your supports in those areas? Outside of classroom lessons, we have individual and group support. Individual support can be an open door, pop in, let's have a conversation, let's talk about what's going on. Typically, with individual conversations and with any support, I like to just emphasize the confidentiality, right? Those conversations are confidential between myself and the student. With that being said, my goal will always be to have parents involved, and that will look like really working with students on how can we help the people who care about you be involved in this conversation. And then group support might look like referral from either staff or parents looking for some in-depth work with students in a specific area, or a social opportunity. So our lunch bunches, which are great opportunities for kids to play together, to have lunch together, to just talk and to help navigate how do we share space for each other and how do we have those conversations or resolve conflicts. And then I want you to be open to ask me questions anytime. Feel free to reach out. This is a really quick go through. I realize I appreciate your time.
Hello, friends and families of Champlain Elementary School. This is Betsy Green coming from the music room at Champlain. And I'm really honored and happy to have this opportunity to share with you about what happens in music class here at school. First thing I'd like to share with you is that everybody here has music, whether they're pre-K or fifth grade or in between. They all get music twice a week, and one class is for 30 minutes and one class is for 45 minutes. The other thing is that we learn through all classes use active learning. So that means they are participating actively in music by doing. So they are singing, playing instruments, moving, or doing combinations of all three, are using speech as well. So all things are available to us and they're actively doing music as their primary mode of learning. The other thing I'd like to share with you is a concept or something called music aptitude. And that is known as the potential to learn music. And this is really important. We learned from Howard Gardner. He is a man who developed the theory of multiple intelligences. And it's pretty well known now that music, everybody is born with. And some people think it's a talent that you have or you don't have. And it really is something that is developed. And it's through what this music aptitude is all about, or our potential to learn music. We know that it's influenced by our environment. And that means our instruction here at Champlain Elementary School is specifically designed and researched to help maintain or raise whatever music aptitude we were born with. And we do know it's developmental up until around second grade, which means by actively participating in doing music, actually raise their music aptitude or help maintain it. So that's where we're primarily are, is we're developing our music aptitude as big as we can. And by grade 3, it stabilizes. And that, yes, that means whatever you had at grade 3 is what you have now for your aptitude. It's been longitudinally tested and everything. We know that it stabilizes right around grade 3, between grade 2 and grade 3, somewhere in there. And so what we do after after it stabilizes is we're going to be working on something called music achievement, or becoming a music artist, the bigger pieces. But before that, we're going to be trying to build that music aptitude and also become a musical person. This is the first goal, and this is the goal for all students here at Champlain, but this is what we're hoping to accomplish by the end of second grade. Some students achieve it earlier, some students need more time to help develop. And what this is somebody is tuneful, beatful, and artful. Tuneful means they're able to catch tunes and remember them. Beatful means they're able to play beats and feel the beat in groups of twos and threes. And artful means they can feel the expressiveness in the music. And all of these three things are what help us most enhance our, or helps enhance our life most through music, because these are the ways we connect with each other, is by being a musical person. Because examples of this as an adult would be being able to sing a lullaby to your child, or being able to dance at your wedding, or be able to participate in a concert with other people and feel the artfulness or expressiveness that you might in your own performance. So these are all things that help us most in our lives, a long range goal. In fact, we call it the 30-year plan, because everybody should be able to do this by 30 years of age. But we try to get there at the end of second grade. So that's our major goal. And as well as working on their developmental music aptitude, trying to raise it or maintain it as best as we can here with our instruction. The second goal is happens in grades 3 through 5, and that's taking that music person a step further and now incorporating it to become a music artist. That means that you are somebody who is balanced between doing, knowing, and music literacy. And what are those things? Doing is what a musical person can do. They can actually play, sing, dance, move, all those things to music. Or with music, but and create as well. But the knowing pieces are now the cultural, historical, the theory pieces, the knowing about music that informs their doing, as well as music literacy, which is being able to read notation, including improvisation, and then creating into composition. Here are some examples of Champ's music artists. These are grades 3 through 5. This on the left-hand side corner is a class doing some pattern work, some hand clapping games with some complicated patterns that helps them remember and put those together when they're learning to play instruments and remember and catch tunes. Pattern work is really important. In the middle, you see the performance last year by the 4th grade, where they created their own bucket drumming piece and speech with movement to honor the mural Khalees the Afronaut. And up in the right are 2 students who just created their own bucket drumming and are sharing it with the class. So these are all things that Champ music artists do. We have some extra opportunities for our 4th and 5th grade. They will get a chance to be in our chorus this year. Hopefully that will be reinstated. With our COVID restrictions, we're still a little restricted at school here. And I'm really pleased to say that we've got some added ukuleles this year. Thank you, Mr. R. And I think also the PTO might have helped with that, to create we're going to start doing ukulele with grades 3 through 5, and very limited with our K1-2s, but they'll get a taste of it as well. So we got some new things to look forward to, hoping to take our chorus as well down to Jazz Fest. So a lot of opportunities here for our older kids to show their music artistry and how it's all come together. It's pretty exciting here at Champlain School. I just want to say thank you again to have this opportunity to give you a taste of what happens here in our music class. And if you have any questions or I'd love to hear from you down there. You can see my email, bgreen@bsdvt.org. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you for listening and tuning in.
Hello, my name is Susan Ames, and I'm the school librarian at Champlain Elementary School. I have the pleasure of teaching every student at Champlain once a week for 45 minutes. I love teaching and interacting with your students each day. My overarching goal is to help students develop a lifelong love of reading. A vital step for a student toward becoming an engaged reader is knowing how to successfully browse, preview, and select what to read for pleasure. The Champlain Library is located at the center of the school. The collection contains approximately 13,000 books and audiobooks in the Playaway format, as well as access to Capstone's PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next databases for K through 5 research. In addition to me, Champlain Elementary School is staffed by a part-time library assistant named Janet Stewart. Janet loves working with students and helping them find a just right book for their interests. The library is open during regular business hours. The library program follows AASL student standards. AASL stands for American Association of School Libraries. I aim to create a place where students inquire, include, collaborate, create, explore, and engage in their learning. Each year I introduce students to the Vermont Book Award programs, the Red Clover Book Award for our K through 3rd graders, and the Golden Dome Book Award for our 4th and 5th graders. The Red Clover Book Award is a Vermont program. A committee of librarians select 10 newly published books across genres, fiction, biography, and nonfiction, for example, and school librarians read these 10 titles to thousands of students across the state. In the spring, students get to vote for their favorite Red Clover book. The Golden Dome Book Award is a book award for a Vermont program that focuses on upper elementary and middle school grade students. 25 to 30 book selections are named each year by a committee of librarians from across the state. Participating in these Vermont-based book programs is definitely a highlight for students each year. Some of the fun goings-on in the library are read-alouds, age-appropriate lessons regarding digital citizenship and research skills, where students get to work together in groups and discuss ideas and collaborate and discover new learning. Author and illustrator studies, genre studies, writing craft studies, such as opinion writing, persuasion writing, informational writing, procedural writing, to name a few, and book checkout, certainly one of the most popular student activities in the library. I hope the combination of personal reading and instructional exercises I provide will help our students expand their knowledge and curiosity, as well as their love of reading. I welcome the opportunity to speak with you. Please contact me by phone or email. My contact information is phone number 802-864-8477, extension 31130, and my email is sames@bsdvt.org. That's SAMES at bsdvt.org. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Samet, and I am the art teacher here at Champlain. I see all the students grades pre-K through 5 once a week throughout the whole year. We start in pre-K with very basic art room skills like cutting, gluing, and learning about lines and colors. As the kids advance through the grades, we build on those basic skills and incorporate the elements of art using all kinds of different materials. By 5th grade, it's my hope that students have a good understanding of those elements and feel confident and are ready to transition to middle school, still very connected to their creative side. Most of all, I hope that all students I see enjoy their time in the art room. It's important to me to foster a creative environment where everyone can be successful. Thank you for sharing your kids with me, and please feel free to contact me at any time if you want to discuss your child's progress.